yours.
Happy Tuesday. This episode apparently coming to you by Bloom. Maybe someday I'll get a brand deal. I think I've found we talked about energy drinks. I think that Bella and I have found an energy drink we like. We like this one. So
Out of a lot of now, between you and her, you guys are very specific of what you
yeah.
like to drink and what you consume. But it's being healthy because you're such
Yeah.
a healthy individual. You really do take care of, like, I know that your nickname is on, was it TikTok's the
That skincare realtor.
skincare realtor, because
Yeah.
it's what you use is flawless and beautiful, but you also it's not just skincare. I feel like you're holistically in tuned with the
Totally.
body.
Yeah.
And it's just not about that. That's the exterior of the glow as well. But what you put in your body makes a
So
big
true.
difference.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
we could do a podcast on that. I would just go crazy over that. Maybe that's like a
Well, even
TikTok
the
thing we could
bloom.
do because I feel like TikTok, you can say whatever you want, and they love just you can be all over the place. But yeah, holistic is where it's at. Like the whole, I just don't. I like solutions. Same thing in real estate and in business. I like finding solutions to problems. I don't want to mask it. I don't want to take a drug that's just going to make my symptoms go away, but not fix something. I want to say, what is the problem? How do we solve it? And not take no for an answer, which is
Yes.
really good to have in business too, right? Like we come into problem territory and we're like, well, this looks like it's not going to work. Are we just going to give up? No, we're going to work around and find a way to make it happen.
Yeah, there's a
Have to.
solution.
Solutions.
And it may not be the easiest, because when you hear solutions, you want easy, like there's an easy button
I
somewhere.
want the easy button. I do.
It doesn't work that way. I wish it did, but
Me too.
real world problems is hard solutions at times, and it
Yeah.
just you grit through it, you get through it. I mean, you
Yes.
specialize in divorce. I'm right there specializing in divorce and relocation and a lot of upheaval in people's life. So finding
Yeah.
that solution, that's huge. So, yeah.
Yes.
But what's our
Problem
topic for
solvers.
yes, problem
Yeah.
solver. So
So
let's
our
talk about
topic
our topic today.
so our topic today, everyone is talking about AI. Now, whether you love it or you hate it or it scares you or you think it's a blessing or whatever you think about AIA, just AI. Um just AI. Artificial intelligence, for those of you who are living under a rock, it's not going anywhere and it's going to hit every single industry. So, there's all these little, like, I feel like they're fear mongerers who are putting things out like, oh, and it's just to sensationalize to get people to either watch their content or read their article or whatever they're peddling.
Clickbait.
It's clickbait. And they are saying, is AI going to take over real estate? Like all of a sudden, I'm going to be completely obsolete, out of a job. No one's going to need me because AI is just going to take over real estate.
Mhm.
So I think that's our topic for today. Like, let's go through what we think about that. And if you're joining us, welcome. We're so happy that you're here.
Hello,
Please give us a
hello.
little like and just let us know where you're
Say
from. I love
hello.
to know. Yeah, where are you from?
Oh, I
Because we
love
do
to know
like
where
to,
people live. Location,
yeah, we want to
location,
know who we're
location.
talking to. It's important, and we do things in other states too, and that helps. And sometimes you can help us let us know what's going on with real estate in your area, which is really cool for us to know because we're licensed here in Michigan, obviously, and also down in Florida. And we also work with agents, and CC works with lenders across the country. So we always want to keep that heartbeat on what's going on everywhere. So let us know who
Mhm.
you are, where you're from. Give us a little like and follow, tap the bell so you can know when we're live every Tuesday, typically at 10. Today we wanted to try 11 a.m. just to see if this was a better time for people popping on. So we're doing like our own little beta testing, if you will. But if you
Just
tap that bell, then you'll know. It'll tell you when we're live. So anyway, so AI. So here's my thing. When it first came out, hello, Collision of Souls, George, New York. Oh, Lake George, New York. I love New York. Just got back from Fashion Week. New York's awesome. Thanks for joining us. So I love AI. Let me just put it out there. ChatGPT, I was one of the first ones that jumped on as soon as I heard about it. I paid for it It's only $20 a month. And I always joke that I have the cheapest assistant you can afford, like $20 a month assistant, because it makes my life easier in so many ways. Like I don't have a team or an assistant right now, because I can do it all. I do leverage some things, but like what I needed help with, ChatGPT was doing. Like I have a listing. Instead of sitting for an hour and trying to write a beautiful listing, um, you know, description of a property, I just go to ChatGPT. I put in everything. I can even upload photos. It will write something so beautiful and perfect. And I usually just have to tweak it. So it's like time saver, right? It can write letters. It can write emails. It can write a drip campaign if you have like a campaign that you want to send to certain buyers, or if you're running ads, it can help you with your ads. It can help you with content. I use it all the time when I'm doing reels. Hey, help me come up with an idea. This is some ideas of things I want to do. Help me come up with a concept. So it's amazing. Hi, Dakota Dies. Where are you from? We'd love to know where you're checking in from. So I use it for all of that. And the one I always want to have like something for us, like some data point. So who said this? Oh shoot, I just forgot. Morgan Stanley. Morgan Stanley had a report that said 37% of real estate processes are now run by AI, and it's saving billions of dollars. So it definitely has its place in real estate. I don't want to lose it. I love what I use it for. So 37% of processes, and we're going to get into in a minute, like what that looks like. But what are your thoughts, like with what you're seeing in mortgage? Are you using it? Do you feel like it's like, what are your thoughts on AI and what you've seen?
I so I hear the same thing. AI is going to take over our industry. They're going to take my job.
Right.
There's a very huge human aspect about my job. Actually, I just had this conversation at my nail salon this morning, and they just thought that they can go online, fill out an application, like a lot of big box companies have,
Hmm.
and when they said that, I'm like, "But then how do you know your goals? How do they align with your goals?"
Right.
So, taking the human aspect out actually will hurt you. So, I was telling her what I like to do is everybody knows I love my Excel spreadsheets, sit down, go over, this is your monthly payment, this is gonna be your closing costs. These are the expectations of a house that you're gonna want now, 6 months, a year, 2 years, what it looks like. You can't get that with AI, but it's a nice companion to have, and it'll work well and mesh with my industry for me to help with additional clients, with getting
Right.
the message out, and having that appeal to like SEOs
Hmm.
and being able to be seen online. That's helpful so more people can find me, and for
Right.
more people to assist. So I don't see it happening in my industry as well. I see it being a benefit if it's used properly. 'Cause
Absolutely.
you don't wanna lose that human element of, "Oh, let me punch in my name, my address, how much I make." I had a client who received a pre-approval from something like that, and what ended up happening is that they put their bonus in there, and so they got an pre-approval letter, they went house shopping, they go under contract, they put a bid on the house, they got it, and then all of a sudden, it fell apart. Well, it fell apart because the math wasn't right, their income
Right.
wasn't right. There's different mathematical formulas for income. Well, when
Right.
you're working with the human and you have that human touch, that changes the scope of things. So, my job, I don't see being replaced because you're going to have to see, hear, feel, like, the whole situation. How can we get you to
Completely.
your goal? And your
Yes.
goal is personal. Again, that human interaction that you have with your clients, I have with my clients. Now, will Chat GPT help? Will the other AI apps help? There's tons of them. Canva has one put in for people who don't know what Canva is. It's a online, it's like Adobe. It's but
Yeah,
colorful.
it's just a tool that we use.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, and a
for
lot of
things.
people do. You can make business cards, you can make calendars, marketing pieces. It's really cool, but they've have connected with AI.
Yeah.
And just to make things better and get the color better and juju it up, I absolutely love it. So it's definitely a pro. I just see the con aspect of individuals really trusting a
Yeah, that's the
the
problem.
6 fields that you fill in and they don't know you. So I that
Right.
is to me going to be a huge headache because that's where everybody thinks that they're going and that's where the industry is going to, which is a shame because for me, that's not it. Again, we like the organization. How are they going to help you get there? What if you want to buy a house in a year?
Mhm.
That AI tool, they don't know that.
Right. Well, that's the biggest thing that I wanted to focus on is there are so many things AI can do. It can help your processes. It can help like, all the things you don't want to do, it can leverage all these tasks. So it's actually going to be used by a lot of the big real estate companies are using it. They're using it as their little like chat bot, if you will, and that's helpful. I have all these other things that I want to do with it. But the reason why it would never work, I don't think, in real estate is because when I work with people, you mentioned that I focus on divorce. I don't really focus on it. It kind of focuses on me because I'm specializing in it. But when people come to me, they have their lives are falling apart. They're broken. They have so many different scenarios that they're going through. And I think it would be interesting for an AI system to try to handle all of these emotionals because it's not like everyone's on. You would need a perfect scenario for AI. You would need everyone to agree. You would need to not need to go back and forth and negotiate a lot. You would literally need everyone on the same page. You would need a cookie cutter situation. You'd have to have sellers that are okay with people just coming into your house, like the door just there being a lockbox and it just opens during the time when you have a showing. Because who's going to walk you through a house, right? If it's AI, you're not going to get a human being to walk you through a home, point things out. You might be able to walk through on your own.
Oh,
They're
that
not
would
going to
be
who's pointing things out to you? So you're looking at the house and you're like, is that okay? What is that? So now you got to wait till you get to the inspection to actually,
yes.
you're going to need a human for inspection because you do want someone to crawl into the places, go up into up into the attic, go into, if there's a crawl, what's going on in the basement, look outside. So until you get to the inspection period, you're not going to know if, is that wall bowing? Is that okay? There's a crack in their basement. Is that an okay crack? Like all the things, all the questions, all the things that we field consistently, it's like it would be, I don't know how they would do it. And I take so many calls and troubleshoot so many things. With an AI, they wouldn't have that emotional component. They wouldn't care about you. You'd be like,
Mm-mm.
"Oh, I'm nervous about this." The AI is not going to care. The AI is going to keep spitting back to you the same response. What is your question? Yeah, how frustrated do you get when they're like, "Oh, like Xfinity or whatever, we're so busy. Why don't you just type your question on our little thing?" And you're like, your
Chatbot.
question never has a answer. It's not one of the things. Like, how frustrating is that? I'm always like, give me a human being. I want to talk to, I don't care if the person's in the Philippines or in India or wherever they're at. I don't care. I just want a human being that can hear my question, and like work with me on this, problem solve with me. So to go through an entire real estate transaction without a real estate agent to help you, like I could literally go through 6 hours of how that's not going to work. Like so
Yeah,
many issues and problems, right? Like it's insanity.
and how many times so I work with, quite a few people who've actually gone out to the house and have painted last minute touch-ups. AI is
Oh,
not
yeah.
gonna do that for you.
Right. Like there's so many things that I can see in houses that, they would literally have to have something they're holding and showing it everything and it'll be scanning. And I mean, maybe sometime way down the road, right? Like I'm not saying it's impossible. Nothing is impossible. I'm just saying there are some things in life that I want a human for. For example, when I go to my yearly doctor appointment, I do not want a robot coming in and doing the thing, right? I'm not, I don't want that. I want a human being. Like, I do not want a robot to come in and talk to me. That's probably down the road. Like, they're going to try and do all this, but it's like, Like, do we really want to lose the human aspect of life? That's the scary part. So that's what scares, all those movies that you see, like I Robot, and where the robots rise up and they take over and they're like, to me, that sounds ridiculous, but like, think about it. Like, if you
Well,
keep creating this stuff, where's it going to go? Like, I don't know. I just like a sci-fi world. I don't like that. By the way, thank you for everybody who's joining and making cute little comments. Tell us where you're from too. But yeah, I don't know, and feel free, like, make what do you guys think about AI? Are you using it in your industries? What are you finding? Do you feel concerned about your job security? I know that it will take a lot of the jobs that have to do with data entry. Um, Anything that's like, research based and putting information together, maybe, and doing reports, cost reports, and all those things, maybe, billing, maybe. But I don't know. I think when you're in a face-to-face service industry like we are, can you
the
imagine going to get
customer
your nails done today and it
relations,
was a robot doing your nails? Like,
they have them,
I mean, they probably do, but I just, what if
but
they
I
cut
like
you
the
wrong because they're not like, I don't know. I don't think that would be for me. That's just
yeah,
my opinion
I
though.
like my nail tech,
I like
obsessed with
talking.
Jessica.
I like
Yeah.
talking to them. My
Mhm.
person. Lena and I, we talk the whole time. I watch other ladies and they're just sitting there like this and like they don't talk.
I do the same thing.
I'm
We
like,
both turn
how
to the
uncomfortable.
side like,
I
yeah,
don't
it's a
I
I
can't not talk for 35
yeah.
minutes. You know me. I get like, if things are too quiet, I'll say something stupid just to like, because it's uncomfortable. I'll just pop out with anything just to break the ice.
Oh,
Austin, Texas. Ooh, okay. So Austin, Texas. Phil. Question for you. Austin, Texas, I've heard is having a tough market with real estate right now, like going towards more of like a buyer's market. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Are we hearing correctly? Because that's good. I want to ask. So if you want to give us, if you have like a perspective on it, I'd love to hear. Because I have friends that live in. I have one friend that lives in Austin, and another friend, a couple friends that live other places. But it was like such a huge market, and everybody was moving there. But then now they're saying they're having some challenges. So Texas
yeah,
is one of
I've
those.
been hearing the same thing
Yep.
regarding Texas. There's I know I have a few people who are going from Texas to Kentucky actually.
Okay, moving business and work is very slow at the moment. Okay. So that is in line with what we're hearing. So my daughter just did a interstate move from Florida. She moved down to Florida for 3 months and she just came back. It took them 2 weeks to get her stuff from Florida up here to Michigan, mostly because of the cost. Like, the cost to just take just her stuff and bring it up would have been like probably 5 times what she paid. So that was one of the things. But they are very busy with interstate moves, I guess. So I don't know if you are local in just Austin area, but or if you do like the interstate moves, but that might be, they seem to be, they had a great system. It was called Roadway. I don't know if you want to look into that, but that might help if you are interested in like doing an interstate move. I don't know. That might be a pain. I
And you
wouldn't want to
just
do
taught me
that, but
that. I had no idea that they took like shipments over and did
cool what they do.
the oh they put a couple homes together. It makes sense because I see like up here we have White Star, we have Mayflower, we have quite a few of them where you see the big trucks that come.
Hmm. Yeah. So that's the thing. I think every business, like, we all have to look and see what's going on, what's the disruptor, and AI right now is a disruptor. It's going to take over processes. And like, look at me. So even me, I'm a singular real estate agent. I don't have a team right now. I'm not going to be on a team. So I'm the CEO, I'm the everything, right? And I do hire out certain things. But for me, I was like, okay, I was ready to hire an assistant to do all these things for me. And then ChatGPT, I was like, but ChatGPT just did it all for me super fast. Like, even like a buyer guide or a seller's guide, which I already have it done, it can tweak everything for me fast and create it. And I'm like, I don't have to hire a graphic artist for this, you know?
But that's a
Um,
problem. That's the industry's AI is taking over. It's
yes.
not taking over. where we need that human aspect, but at points it's taking over the graphics, the stuff that would help complement our business.
Yeah. Well, the freelancer, like anytime you would hire somebody to write stuff for you don't need it as much anymore. So Philly Phil, I love that. He's breaking into the music industry. All right. So you have to drop your track for us. So track. Can we say track? What do we
I
say
don't
now?
know.
Do we say drop your track?
Link?
Am I Gen Xing myself? No, like, what is your
I know what you're
how old is
saying.
Ellie? What is your so yeah, send us a you have to post something, but you know what, you
So
have to
I
also
would
post
say
it
handle
after
to
we're
their
live.
Instagram.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Here's what I don't like about YouTube. You can post it now, but as soon as we're done with this and I go to
Oh,
post it, it
yes.
deletes every comment that's live, gets deleted, which is really strange to me. And only the comments that happen once it's posted stay. So you can do it now, but you're also going to have to come back and do it again so that we can actually go to it. We can support you because we would love to support you breaking into the music industry. What kind of music are you country? I'm just again, you're in Texas, so I'm saying country, but
Can
you
you
could do
write us
rap.
a song
Maybe
about
you're gonna be a
mortgages
rap
and real
artist.
estate?
Can we say rap artist or do we say hip hop? Geez, I'm really second guessing me. Is it still, can we say rap artist or is it hip hop artist?
No, there's
Maybe
a
it's a beautiful ballad that he's coming out with. I don't know. Punk rock. Is that a thing still?
it is.
He's an R&B singer and rapper. Okay. So I was close. There you
Yeah,
go.
you're gonna have
R&B
to
singer
rap
and
about our
rapper.
industry. We'll put it in our marketing.
Yeah, can you create an intro for us before we come live? There, we need an intro.
We do
Philly
with
Phil's gonna
music.
do it for us. Are you from Philly? Is that why? Are you originally from Philly and you just moved to Texas? Anyways, we're supposed to be talking about AI. But yeah, so that's the thing about AI is I do think it's going to be great for a lot of things. I do think some people will be possibly outsourced because like even with billing, like in billing in like medical offices and things, they shipped that overseas a long time ago. A lot of them did, because I remember my mom was doing that and then she had to come back and be the office manager. She wanted to just do billing, but then they shipped it over because it was cheaper. But they're always going to be looking for what's the most cost effective way to do things, and AI, if you can integrate it in, is that. So what we're supposed to be getting in EXP, I heard about this a while ago. They've been working on it, and I think they're probably going to be releasing it soon. Something like I come in with an iPad for a listing presentation, okay? And I am able to check boxes like, okay, they have white shaker cabinets. Okay, we've got wood floors. The house was built this year. This is when we did updates. Instead of writing it down, I'm plugging it in and I'm putting everything in here. It knows my area. I basically might even tell it where I think it's going to sell. Like I put it all in, right? And while I'm doing the presentation with them, I'm able to in real time show them where it should list. Like if I list at this price point, how long is it going to take to sell? What is my opportunity for multiple offers? It's going to like run all of that. Now that's a beautiful tool for me because when we sit with lists with sellers, a lot of the time they
That's
you
their main question. Is like,
well,
okay,
and
how
they
fast
go
can you
on
sell
they
for
go on
how
Zillow,
much?
they get the
Mm,
Zestimate, which is always wrong. Well,
always wrong.
it's like a big like it could be from here to here, then they go right in the middle, but it's not accurate. And it's like, so this is
Not
what's
always wrong,
nice.
but
It's yeah, it's not, and if even if it's right, they just got lucky because they don't know what the inside of the house looks like. That's the biggest thing. They can get the range, but they'll also take like ranches when it's a colonial house and they take everything, which is don't even get me started. But so it would be really nice. Oh, that's weird. Oh, there you are. It would be really nice if when I can do that, because then it's me showing data in real time and saying, okay, how long do you want to sit on the market? Because if they want to list, like, let's say 10% higher than the market, it would show that and say, okay, you're going to sit on the market, let's say 35 days. But if you priced it right, you might be on the market a week and have multiple offers, So and that to me is a huge opportunity to help not only solidify my 10 years of expertise in the industry and pricing out where houses are going to sell and where to list them and go through the marketing strategy, but now I have backup. Now I'm using a tool. The tools always help. It's like a secondary, hey, it's not just me. This tool is saying, so where do you want to be? Because I can do that with just my numbers and say, you're probably going to be looking at being on the
Mhm.
market longer. But that tool right there, when they get that fully ready to launch, which I think it's going to be very soon, that's going to be something that's huge, and that's going to be a disruptor because I know there aren't any other real estate companies that have that yet. I know that because we've been talking about this now for 2 years, seeing it, they've been working on it and what they're going to do with it and how we're going to get it. So I need to check in and see when we're getting that, but that's essentially where we're going. I love that. Like, partner with me with AI, give me tools. That's why I always say you hire an agent, not so much the company they're with, but there are some things that help the company you're with because the tools that they give you and their reach. Like, when they're a small little brokerage, they don't have a big reach, but when they're a large brokerage, that helps a lot. I have a big network. When I do referrals, and that's the other thing that people don't always know, that you and I can do referrals. Like, Austin, Texas. I'm not licensed in Texas, but I have agents in Texas
Oh,
that I can refer to you, Phil,
100%.
and so can Cece. And now that
Mhm.
we know that you have a moving company, we can also let those agents know, hey, Phil's got a moving company. They're amazing. Check it out, kind of a thing. But we actually can refer to other agents, and I get paid for that. Like, I get a percentage of the commission of that agent just by creating that referral, getting to know the client. I'm like a matchmaker, real estate matchmaker. Get to know the client, know exactly what they want. And then I interview these agents and I find the right agent for them. And if they're not happy with that agent, they come back and they're like, hey, that one
We
didn't
gotta
work.
try again because
And that's never
sometimes.
happened. To be honest, that's never happened. And I've
Oh,
done a lot of
really?
referrals. No,
I've
I'm
given a
pretty good
referral
with
and
people.
it didn't work out, but it was personality, and that's okay. They're like, "But it's not you." I'm like, "I get it's not me. However,
Right.
I'm not licensed in that state. So let me
Right.
get a little bit more involved." And I would get a little bit more involved and just kind of jump in once in a while and say, "Hey, how's it going?" Just to
Exactly.
keep
Stay
that.
in the loop of the
Oh,
transaction. It's like
absolutely.
accountability. And
Mhm.
also, that person knows you're not getting any more referrals from me if this doesn't go well. It's like an audition kind of a thing the first time. So they really want to do well because they want to be referred to. I have gotten referrals and I don't mind paying a referral fee. Somebody out of state, another agent
Because you're
calls me
helping their
up.
friends, their family, their loved ones,
Exactly.
and stuff like that.
It's
Oh,
good
yeah.
business. It's
Oh, it
just good
is.
business. Yeah.
Sorry, you guys. I
So,
gotta adjust this. This is
yeah,
driving
go
me
ahead. I
crazy.
know. I keep moving around too today.
I
I don't know.
know my
It's like
throat. I have a
antsy.
this
It
really
might be
pretty
this.
throat
Like, I
blanket.
don't feel like this doesn't make me jittery, but it is maybe kicking in. I have energy, and sitting in the chair is like
I've
probably
been
not the
full
best
of
thing to be
energy
doing while
today.
I'm
You
drinking a
should. My
energy
poor
drink.
boyfriend gave the brunt of it today because I'm like, "Hi, how are you? What you doing? What you want to talk about?"
Too many
Like, just
words. Does
I
too many
know.
words.
It's like squirrel. No. And then I'm taking phone calls and texting at the same time. And oh yeah, it's a good energy day. It's because it's sunny. Detroit, we're about to go into a lot of gray, and yesterday was gray. So for today to be
Yeah.
blue skies and the sunshine, and I got my nails done. So life is right, except for I don't have caffeine.
No. I wish that I wasn't so dependent on sunshine because we were going into that. I thought of that yesterday, but I'm like, I'm just gonna have to find ways to like get around it because I have to keep the energy up. That's huge too this time of year.
And
I would like to say, oh, go ahead. I don't want to cut you off.
oh, well, the energy, how we pour that back into the business. So that word energy is so important. I was kind of going to rant about energy and how to keep like the families that we serve energized through the process. But with the AI tools that we have, we can keep everybody updated with emails, videos being sent. So
Yes.
kind of looping the energy back to the AI. I love giving updates, and even if it's out of state referrals, whatever it may be,
Hmm.
here you are, you get to send a video and you have this. And I liked your word too, the partnership of AI.
Yeah. It's
Love
true.
that.
Do you ever talk to your chat GPT and it knows you?
I
Like, what's crazy is today before going on here, I said, hey, my lender and I are going to be you're jumping on YouTube live. We're going to talk about AI. Is there any main points that I really should have? And it right away was like, wow, this is a great topic for you. As being a single mom, working with people going through divorce and all the things it remembers relocation, because I talk about relocation a lot with Florida. It it remembers all the other I've trained the AI. That's the other thing. I've trained it. It knows who I am. It knows my business. So it automatically was connecting and saying, this is a great topic and here's why. And it's like, that's where people get scared though too, because they're like, how much am I giving it to know now about me personally? And but whatever, the government's already got everything they want on us. So here's what I was gonna say about real estate as a whole, because I think let's go into this really quickly. So everybody is talking about the fact that, this was a tough year in real estate. Last year in 2024 was actually my best year, but it was a low year, and the average was most agents only sold one home, which is crazy to me. Obviously, those aren't full-time agents, right? Because you can't make a living selling one house a year. But it was just a tougher year. We had 4,000, or I'm sorry, 4 million less homes sold in 2024 than's projected in 2025. And that's across the whole country. But here's the cool thing: NAR, the National Association of Realtors, put something out that basically said, we've already hit rock bottom. August was the lowest month in real estate history. Now, this is someone else had posted this. Real estate history, I don't know. It's not going to go back to the beginning of time. So I think they're just meaning like maybe most recent, like maybe, I don't know, last 10 years or so. I don't think it's going past then, because it can't possibly, because when everything bottomed out in '08, that was probably the worst, right? But it said in recent history, whatever, August was the worst month. So 56,000 contracts were canceled, and 100,000 agents didn't get paid on certain client relationships. So either listing went expired, or they canceled with the buyer, or something happened. So 100,000 situations that agents had been invested in, they will not get paid on, and 56,000 contracts canceled. So that's a lot. For people who think that we make like all this money, there's a lot of deals that we never get paid on. There's a lot of clients who become flaky and just go off into the sunset and we never hear back from. We're running around showing them houses, and then all of a sudden they ghost us. So there's a lot of business that we never get paid on.
Mhm.
But essentially, what this was saying is that August was the bottom. What does that sound? I started at the bottom, now I'm here. Sorry, stuff just goes into my head. Now I got rapping in my head and I'm thinking of Philly Phil. So we started here, and we're starting at the bottom in August, and now it's just going to go, it's like up from here. So in 2026, they've already projected that we're going to have 4 million more homes closed and sold than in 2025. That's the projection. And the rate is projected to continue on its descent downward. So all of these things, what essentially this post was saying is that, hey, you made it through. We've had a correction, we've had a lot going on in real estate, and now things are kind of on an uptick. I want to know if you agree with that. I will say I've been getting more calls lately, and I'm starting to see more momentum for November than typically I have in the past. So I'm
Yeah.
seeing probably a strong fourth quarter, which is different.
It is nice. Um you can kind of tell with the trends what it's like year to year to year. And because we've been in the industry for so long, we have that data to back it up. November, we're finishing out by closing a lot of our deals, and then people start slowing down at the end because of Thanksgiving and Christmas. But what I think is changing is that they're hearing and listening to the professionals, because this is a time to get a deal. How many homes have there's a home right now um that we're looking at just previously, that I believe it was like 279. They've dropped it and dropped it. Now they're at 230. Like, this is the time to swoop in and
Mhm.
purchase a house, because that's what the house was actually worth. In my opinion, I was asked when I went and saw it, "What do you think?" And I'm like, "Oh, I wouldn't." It was a little higher than I thought it would be, but I'm not the professional, and now it's regulating itself. So that's more or less the point of seeing the
Oh, CC froze, but I'll take it because I think I know where she was going. What she's basically talking about is the correction. and the market balancing. So we have been in a seller's market forever, right?
We
Like
got
we've been a
booted.
seller. Yeah,
Wait, we got booted. Did you get
you did.
booted? I
Nope,
got
just
booted.
no, I'm just talking right now, just you.
Oh,
So I was just talking about how what you were saying, I kind of just jumped on it and said, we've been
perfect.
in a seller's market for so long that what happened is now that we're seeing a correction and things are balancing to more of a balanced market, it's not a buyer's market here in Michigan. It is not a buyer's market in Michigan. It is in Florida, parts of Texas, California, different areas, not here in Michigan. So what that means is sellers were used to like going on the market, all these offers, going crazy, getting like way over ask every time, right? Or almost every time. It's not doing that anymore. Unless your house is exactly walk-in, move-in ready and you're priced right, then you might get some multiple offers, but it's not like it's more correction now. Like it's pricing is still up in Michigan, but we're going towards that balance. We have an average of 2.5 to 3 months inventory where we used to just have like 1 to 2 months inventory. Now we're getting, there's some areas that are like 3.1. So we're starting to balance. And it's a seller's market unless we hit 6 months of inventory. That's what the actual definition is. I say once you hit 4.5 to 5 months, 5 months for sure, I think you're in a buyer's market. That's my opinion. But they will say, the real estate guru, like the people who set the rules, will tell you 6 months is the definition for a buyer's market. But you're right. When somebody is pricing it too high, they're sitting and they're having to do all these um, price corrections. And then they end up making less than they would have if they just went out there with the right number.
And they're a month or two down of having to pay the mortgage, homeowners insurance, taxes. Hey, talk about homeowners insurance. What did Wade say?
So we have a comment, just found out homeowners insurance in Michigan is getting away from paying for replacement and only paying for market value of property. So that's crazy because replacement is you pay more money
You
because
do.
they would like, what does it cost to
Hmm.
rebuild it? Now they just want to give you market value. So they don't want to replace it anymore because that's because construction prices have gone up so high. So the bummer is, if you're in a new construction, I mean, I guess the market value would still be there. I don't know. What do you think about that? I actually kind of
So we
like
had an
that.
internal email that went out. We have an issue with this. It's
Okay.
actually an
What's
issue
the
with
issue?
us. The
Okay.
issue is, and I'm glad you brought this up because it didn't even dawn on me. So the problem that we're having is more in refinances. So when we're getting,
Okay.
yeah, so we're seeing it more there that they're doing the market value. We actually, as a bank, need it to be for the replacement. We can't have market value.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
Well, they're going to have to change that if insurance companies refuse to do it, right?
there's a very specific wording that we need. Thankfully, I'm gonna say this out loud, I don't know what that verbiage is because my awesome rock star team, who's my processor, Angela takes care of it. So she already knows what to say back to the insurance company of the verbiage that we need. But yes, we need replacement coverage, but we're seeing it more in the refinances, not so much a purchase. Because purchase, everybody knows you need the replacement. But it's when that contract changes, they're trying to throw in that market value, which isn't good.
Right.
What
So
I
that's a
don't have
big
my readers.
discrepancy. So it says they said the problem is people moving out of Michigan and big companies coming in and buying property for cheap and then claiming 800,000 on a property they only paid 200,000 on. I don't know. I don't get that
Oh,
because I've never heard that big of a discrepancy. So that I don't know.
that's pretty big. But I
So it's
know that
not
we
really
had an
claiming you can't. Yeah. So I don't know who would
again, maybe
say
that's a refinance thing where they're saying that the house is worth more. That's why I received that internal email. You know what? I'm gonna put a pin in this. I like this. I'll challenge myself and I'll go find out from my team exactly why we feel the way we do as a bank and why it's more of an issue on a refinance than a purchase. I
yeah.
have an amazing team. You and I know quite a few of the same insurance agents that
Hmm.
we could actually ask
Yeah.
this question to.
This is a good topic. Yeah, that we should
Yes.
definitely like dig into it more because insurance is huge, and especially in other places. I mean, in Michigan, our stuff does fluctuate, not as much as like let's say somewhere like Florida. Florida, it's off the chart where the insurance is, if you can even get it after all the hurricanes. And same thing with California. They've got everything from earthquakes to mudslides to fires to flooding. I mean,
Mm.
they're just getting hit with everything you can think of. We really don't have natural disasters. Like, where's some wood? Do I have any wood anywhere? I'm not gonna have. We really don't have much going on here. We
Back on
might get a
it.
tornado here and there, but we're kind of blessed in that way. Kind of boring in Michigan, but we like it that way when it comes to that stuff.
No, I'm okay
So
with
we like
boring.
the boring. I do think
I'm
our
okay.
rates. I do think one thing about insurance, I will say, ask when you're getting insurance somewhere, ask if they are a national company, because if they are, you are paying to offset the cost of somebody's natural disaster. That's what I don't like. So in Michigan, our rates might go up because this is a national company and they now need to spread the
Oh,
wealth. Like they spread that
okay.
to everybody, and everyone's rates go up to pay for the fires happening in California, the hurricane that just hit Fort Myers. So I don't love that. Like, I don't think we should have to subsidize that at all. Like,
We didn't choose to live there,
we didn't
is
choose to
what
live
you
there
mean.
again, and that's again because I'm a Republican, right? And I'm conservative. I don't want to pay everybody else's bills, so that might just be that coming out in me. But I don't like that. Like, I don't. If I'm going to live in an area like that, I'm going to have to take that on, and that's the cost of living there. I live in an area that might be boring and nobody wants to come because it's cold, rainy, and it's dark, and it's like gray days. But hey, that's the trade-off. We don't have to pay. We
Yes.
shouldn't have to pay these high insurance rates. That's my
Yeah.
thought. We shouldn't get hit both ways where we have to put
Now,
up with our
is that
weather.
why Farm Bureau is good? It's That's a Michigan-based company. I'm no
That's why I
plug.
love Farm
We
Bureau.
we're
That's why I like
not
them.
affiliated with anybody over there. I'm not saying that. I'm just more or less
Well,
questioning
no,
it
that's who
because
I
I
use. I'm happy to say that's who I use because that's one of the reasons. That's one of the questions I asked. I mean, obviously, we have a mutual friend who owns their own agency, and that was a huge part of it. I always love to support my friends in business as long as I get the best deal, as long as it works out for me, because it is still a business decision. But if you got a friend in that business and it works out for you, it's a no brainer.
Mhm.
And yeah, like that's one of the things I asked when I was switching everything over is, am I subsidizing and paying for things that are happening in Florida? Because I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Like, that's not the company I want to be with. So yeah.
Well, I we have a family property in Florida, kind of stuck having
Yeah.
to deal with no flood insurance, being that close to the Gulf of Mexico and or Gulf of America, whatever it may be called today, whatever's on the map. One in
Yeah.
front of me says Mexico. Anybody knows I love maps, and I have this big one right here on my wall of
Yeah.
where I want to travel. So it's insurance does make a big difference, but yeah, we'll have to put a pin on in this, and I'll have
Yeah.
a report back to you next
I
week.
think that'll
So
be a
I'll
good topic.
make myself a note. Do I have
And then Phil had a comment
pen?
too, the same way about Elon Musk buying up all of Texas. Okay, so this is an area I am not well educated in. I didn't know Elon was buying up Texas. Okay, I like when I can learn something. So maybe I'll have to research that too. Did you know that Elon Musk was buying up all of Texas?
No,
Okay, I didn't either. Okay,
no.
good. So I'm not the only one. So we don't know about that. So I'm gonna have to dig deeper on that and see what that is. I do know that there's just a lot of things. They built it up so fast, and those communities are so beautiful. Like they put the communities up like you'd want. Like, the school, the community is all like a circle in a way. They've got the school, they've got the grocery store, they've got all the things, the downtown, all the area, and then the houses. So it's walkable communities, and they set it up with, community pools and things that you would want. Whereas where we live, they don't, they're gonna. I think they're trying to do that now, but the areas that are already built, you
We kind
can't
of
come
spread
back and do
out.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have
He
that here.
he's making a roadmap for when we go into space. He's
Mm.
trying out new ways of having to construct cities and
You're talking
making
about
it
Elon
like,
right now?
oh yeah, yeah,
Okay. Oh, I
he's
know he
like
wants to live in
he's
space. I
like
don't want to live in space. You
he's
guys can all
10
go.
steps he's 10 steps ahead. The electric car that's ugly, that's what's going,
Terrible. So ugly. I'm
but
sorry.
it'll be useful. Who cares about the look? What his end goal is. He's 10 steps ahead.
Yeah.
The way he's positioning, this is probably beta testing for him.
Yeah. I thought it was like a test to see if people would buy something super ugly just because they think it's cool.
No, no, he's 10 steps ahead. He's working through the flaws, my opinion. He's working through flaws for the future.
So it's
Mm,
again AI, right? It's
yeah.
using artificial intelligence in an industry. Do you want a car that drives itself? I have seen videos where these cars run into walls, hit cars when they're trying to park. They don't do what they're supposed to do. My trust factor on letting a machine drive me around, I'm not there yet. I just, my door's
How
locking
you
and not
really
being able
like
to
to
get
take,
out.
yeah, I can't see you relinquishing control to
No.
something like that. No.
No, I'm not gonna trust my car to get me there. Yeah, I don't see
Oh,
me. Hopefully that comes after I'm gone. Give it 50 years down the road, go for it. I just don't want that. I'd rather have somebody driving me around like a driver. I'll pay someday. That'll be like my work towards that. Like, can I just have a human
yeah.
drive me around? Yeah, I don't. Maybe I've seen too many movies where they get locked in the car and they can't get out. And yeah,
Oh, yeah, that gets scary.
drive off into the
Well,
water. Yeah, yeah. See, like I'm not sold on that. I
no,
just
no.
don't think it'll work. It'll happen someday, obviously. It's coming. I just there's too many. That's the problem with AI. It's still a machine. It's still programmed. And even though it can learn things, it doesn't have common sense. It can learn a lot of things and it can learn to adjust to situational things, but doesn't have common sense, right? So it's not going to always have the best answer. It's going to have the most precise answer if it's configuring and computing things way better than you and I can do, and it can do it like
Mhm.
that. But is it going to have situational awareness or common sense? I mean, a lot of people don't even have common sense these days, but this thing isn't going to have any of that.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to end. I have to get going. My next appointment has already arrived, so I'm gonna have to cut everybody short. But let me leave this with AI. It's a Halloween spooky AI. I know this is gonna be recorded, but we are right. It's a couple days before Halloween. If anybody owns a Tesla, there has been this whole TikTok trend because you see the people around you. So you kind of know like when someone's like gonna walk in front of your car, who's side by your car or by the side of your car, who's on the back of you. Go through the cemetery. There are people walking around you in a cemetery at night. Freaky. People are testing it out and it's actually happening. Like they stop right in front of your car. It is creepy as can be. That's AI. Is that real or is it not real? I don't think it's
Hmm.
real, but I think it's AI messing with you because they know you're in the cemetery. It's
Right.
crazy. Like, it's those
Yeah.
things like, is this real? Is it not? Is this AI? Is it not? And you're driving through with a Tesla. Is it real? I just think AI is messing with us. But on that note,
Yes. That's fun. On that note, all right. So thanks everybody who
yes.
joined us. Again, my little get my bloom. I don't know why they should pay me. Um, I don't know. Well, are we gonna do 11 next week? We
Do you
usually do
want to?
10. I think we can. I don't
I'm
think it's
very
a problem.
flexible on Tuesdays. My Tuesday
Okay.
mornings are typically getting ready in the morning, busting out a lot of stuff, and usually I believe next Tuesday I do have an opening. So you want to do 11 again?
Let's do 11. But here's
Okay.
the thing. If you want to know when we're live, hit the bell for notifications, that little bell. It'll let you know that we're live because we usually do 10. Now it sounds like we're gonna do 11. Sometimes we have to move around just because we're in real estate and things pop up. Clients need things, or we have an appointment, or we're out of town. So, and if you're not following us, make sure you subscribe because we do have a ton of content. I have a whole channel based on real estate. Cece and I have a huge playlist of these conversations on real estate and mortgage. And so we'd love to have you join us, be part of the community. Tell us where you're from. If you have an idea of something that you'd love to see us talk about, like, we had some comments today. So now we're going to talk about insurance. Let us
Or
know.
yeah,
Comment.
even connect with us. if you're within the industry somehow, like Philly Phil, if you're a moving company or it's something that can benefit one of our mutual partners that's
Yes.
nationwide, oh, let them know and we'll connect. I just moved this live to 11 a.m. into the schedule, so we are all set. We'll see you guys at
Awesome.
11.
You guys have a fantastic week. Be blessed, and we will see you on Tuesday.
Bye.